everyone, I'm Bryan.
And I'm Bryan.
And this is Bryan versus Bryan, episode 58. Today we're going to take a look at Malignant by James Wan. 2021, another simultaneous HBO movie theater release. James Wan, of course, horror people know him from, The Conjuring, Insidious, right?
Yeah.
What's the other one he did? The other horror. There's like 3.
I know he did. When he first started, he did a few. There's like one called Dead Silence, which is about dummies, or dummies come to life. And then he did Aquaman. I know it's outside of the horror, but he did Aquaman.
And didn't he do Fast and the Furious?
Yes. Oh, Saw. That was a big one. Saw. He was the director of the first Saw.
Fucking first Saw was awesome, man.
Yeah.
That blew my mind. So he's got a pretty good horror background. He's got a pretty big budget action movie background too. Mm-hmm. You can fucking tell in this movie. It's kind of a fucking a joining of the two worlds.
Yes.
It's kind of two people in one. There's a little foreshadowing. Wow. This.
Let's get into it. Fuck it. Let's just get right into the fucking meat and potatoes here.
All right. This movie starts off pretty well. I thought the first part was a little cheesy, the flashback video to the doctor. It just didn't seem like a very high quality. I couldn't, are you going for an old video? Or how modern is this? Because it seems a little cheesy.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like it fit with the rest of the movie that's really well shot. It's a beautiful film. But then this part's all you didn't go bad enough to make me believe it's like a home video. I don't know. That part just kind of threw me off. And then it gets into the movie part. And this lady immediately gets her head pushed into a wall by her abusive husband. And you find out she's had a couple of miscarriages, you start to believe that maybe he's the reason why he's been beating her. And then pretty soon after that, he gets murdered. We get our first murder by the dark black figure. It's just like this black presence. I don't know. It was scary, I think. You know?
Shadow Man.
Yeah.
Gabriel. Yeah.
Yeah, Gabriel. And go ahead and guide us down this rabbit hole, man. And I'm about to jump in on some ridiculous shit, and there will be a lot.
Yeah, I feel like I'll just kind of, summarize it, and then we can kind of get
into the abridged version.
Yeah. So from then on, this woman believes she's being followed and stalked by this shadow figure, and then she begins to foresee some murders happening with the shadow figure guy, and comes to find out that there was some wrongs that were done to Gabriel, the shadow person, and he's going around and killing these doctors who have done something wrong to him that we don't really know yet. And then we find out that our main character, Madison, is connected somehow. We still don't know why or how. And then I guess we'll just spoilers. We find out that Madison is actually Emily, and that Emily has some sort of parasitic tumor on the back of her body that's like a fucking that thing from Total Recall. The little being.
And it's like an action figure too. Like when you would flip the action figure around, it's like, it's got the other face on it.
Yeah. It's like having a little fucking alien on your back with little paws and a little face, little monster face. And it comes to find out.
Kill me! It's like Alien Resurrection, dog.
Yeah. And come to find out that Gabriel is actually, her name's Emily. This gets kind of confusing because Madison is actually Emily. So Emily is actually, Gabriel and Emily are the same person. So all this figure that we've been seeing killing people this whole movie has actually been Emily this whole time, just the backside of her.
God.
Yeah. So that's kind of it, really. In a nutshell. But
this movie, go ahead.
I was gonna say, but we were kind of talking before recording. The first half of this movie is still pretty entertaining. Like I have a lot of issues with the movie, but as a whole, like it's pretty entertaining to watch this kind of thriller mystery unfold of like why he's like killing these people and offing them off. Like, so I thought that was interesting. But then
no, the whole crutch of the movie, right, that gets you wanting to watch more, and you do want to watch. While I was watching it, I didn't dislike it or like, you know, it wasn't until after the movie where I'm like, what the fuck? That was fucking dumb. Yeah. But during the movie, you want to find out what's going on. You want to find out who this person is because it's pretty creepy. And like the little bit of the killer you see, like when the cop is like got him trapped in the warehouse and you see his face when he's hiding on top of the car. It's very creepy, little demon, weird looking face. Mm-hmm. So you want to find out, like, man, you're just chugging along like, man, this is going to be good. I bet it's going to have a good payoff. Oh, yeah. Who is this guy? What's going on? And then the payoff is so ludicrous and ridiculous that you're kind of laughing along with the movie. This movie just reminded me of like Fast and the Furious. It's like it's the Fast and the Furious of horror movies, or the like Mission Impossible of horror movies, where you're just trying to throw in these crazy stunts, but instead of stunts, it's ridiculous story and twists and like imagery. And man, I don't it just didn't work for me. It worked until the very end, and then you get that payoff, and it's not worth it for the trip. And I was like, this is really what I was waiting for. Like, this ain't that great.
We were kind of talking off camera, and it's like I was saying that the movie takes a fucking hard turn, you know, in that third act, right? And you're either gonna go with it and you're gonna have fun, or you're going to be like, what the fuck? This is stupid and not worth what I just watched. And I can see, I'm sympathetic for either way, because I can see people having fun. I can see people being like, this was not worth it. For me, personally, I was all about it, man. I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. This is weird. this is wild. This is fucking wild. But I realized it's dumb. I think that's why I like it. This is so fucking stupid that I'm just
I think
like,
it could become like a cult horror movie. I guess because it's so outlandish. Mm-hmm. I feel like people are gonna years from now be like, "Oh, have you ever seen *Malignant*?"
Yeah. Even like the character. So there's a lot of things happening during the exposition scene when we find out what's happening. There's like her sister finding out what's really happening, while simultaneously Emily is in a prison cell getting the shit kicked out of her. And when the information from the sister gets told to us, we cut back to the prison, and then like Emily stands up, and then we see the transformation happen for the first time. And even one of the characters was like, what the fuck? It's like, yeah, you're saying what we're all thinking. But that prison fight scene was kind of fun. And I was surprised how gory the movie is. It's a really gory.
Yeah, it's pretty gory. Yeah, it was so ridiculous that like the skull cracking open and the and like that face did not look like that when he was fighting the cop. Like, you know what? Like during the end when they reveal it, it's kind of like a small space, a crack that the kind of face is kind of coming through, right? But when he was fighting the cop, it was like when they show the face, it was like the face.
Yeah.
I was like, that ain't the same face. Come on now. It looks way cooler when he was fighting a cop. Like, if it could take over the whole back of the head. The whole thing's ridiculous. Skull opening and then reclosing.
Reclosing at the end. Yeah, that was dumb.
I liked it before they were one person. Like when they find the torture chamber up in her attic and he calls them. Yeah, he can for some reason he can use electricity as powers.
That's never explained. I was like, what?
And he can talk. He can talk through the radio. It's really weird. And then like the phone calls where it's like, that bitch didn't even know I was nesting above her. Like it's pretty insidious, if you will.
He's like Crane. His little fucking brain guy.
Cut out the tumor. Yeah. So I don't know. I had some fun with it, but I definitely don't think this is a good movie. I just think it's too crazy and too bombastic. I was literally like, you're sitting there going, are you fucking serious? This is happening?
Yeah.
Like I gotta be in a fever dream. This is nuts. This is not at all what I expected coming into this motherfucker. Mm-hmm. This guy's done some super serious horror movies. And this is like, he's like, yeah, but I also did Aquaman. Let's go wild.
He went full B movie.
Yeah, this is nuts. A lot of the effects were really fucking weird, dude. Like the backwards man. It's like this is Freddy Got Fingered. The backwards man was a murderer. The backwards man. The backwards man. I can walk backwards fast as you can. Yeah. So like the effects of like you kind of notice it in the beginning. The killer moves kind of weird, almost like a what the fuck is that movie? Signs. How they got the backwards knees and shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this is like a fucking. He's got those alien type knees. What's up with this dude? This guy ain't human. And then just come to find out it's someone. And then once they do reveal it all, I had some trouble with like either it was like a CG face or something. You could tell the girl's face was just kind of plastered on the back. Of the,
it looked like a flat plane, of like a Photoshop. It looked pretty bad. And I couldn't tell if it was CG or like
a mask or something.
I know it sounds silly, but like a claymation, like a Crooked Man from Conjuring 2, where it was like. It was almost like stop motion. Not claymation. Stop motion. That's definitely not claymation. Sorry. Stop motion was what I'm thinking of. I couldn't tell if it was stop motion or CG or a little bit of both because it looked off. It looked weird.
Yeah. It had me for a while up until that. And then it didn't lose me, but I was definitely like, okay, this is not as high of a score as I thought I was going to give this movie. But I think the best stuff for me, the best imagery is like I love the reveal of the girl when they turn around on the little girl. That's the most like gruesome and cool part when it's got the fucking Quaid on the back and the arms like go like this. That was like coolest fucking looking thing. And then when they actually chopped it off of her, that was pretty gruesome.
Yeah, it was
like
pretty gnarly.
Cutting off its arms. My arms.
Yeah. And you get the close up and all the gore.
And it was ridiculous. We can't fully remove it. So what we do is remove what we can. And then we insert it into her skull. So it's like they cut the skull and they're like hitting it with a hammer, like pushing it into her skull. Get in there, you little fucker. You little fucking bastard. Get in there. Hey, what the fuck? Leave the lights alone, you little ugly bastard. Just smashing it in. There you go. That looks good. Push it in. Sew her up. Good work, team. Good work.
Oh, God.
What do we do? Just push that little bastard into her. It's already in her. Well, deeper.
Oh, shit.
And then they explain away like how she can see the murders is because they use the same mind. And then Gabriel can like, do Jedi mind tricks on her and make her think things are happening. So she thinks she's living a normal life, but she's really out there murdering. And then this stupid shit at the end where it's like, he used my mind, but it's also my mind. And then she starts using the mind against him. What are you doing, bitch? Oh! Where am I? Oh, yeah. Then the fucking metaphor. I forgot about it. The fucking mind cell. Where it's an actual giant cell. She puts him in, you're never to come out of your cell, Gabriel. You bitch! Oh! And it's like there's actual bars and shit. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's funny. I went back and watched the that whole exposition scene of like the reveal. Because when you watch it in the theaters for the first time, you're just trying to take it all in. It's a lot. So I had to go back and watch it. But they do say they do say that he puts her in a mental prison every time they do it. So of course they got to go to prison at the end.
Yeah, then like he's like super strong. And so like at the end, Gabriel throws like a big hospital bed at the sister. And then she goes later to remove it from her. So you can't do it. It's so heavy. He uses my body. It's also my strength. lifts the bed. I was like, well, you were kind of struggling a lot.
Yeah, he just like flinged it.
This motherfucker, Superman, returned it like piano across the room. So not quite the same, but I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's fun. It's ridiculous as shit. I was really expecting a very serious horror movie from the trailers and everything. I was expecting like demon stuff, and this is what you got. Man, I still don't know how I'm going to score this thing.
Yeah, it's tough because it's like the movie took a while, for it to sink its teeth into me because it was. But I think once the murder started happening, that's kind of where I started to get a little more invested. And then, yeah, as ludicrous as it was, and it's fucking stupid. It becomes a monster movie in a sense, and it comes out of left field. I just kind of laughed and smiled and just kind of went with it, and I think it's kind of fun. So yeah, it's going to be hard to score because it's not really a great, excellent, amazing movie. It's just kind of a fun ride if you let it be a fun ride, but also when you stop to think about it, it's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
I love how there's all these radios. Who the fuck has a radio? And keep going on. Got all these radios. Ain't no one have a goddamn radio. And why is he talking through the radio? He doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
And I think it was a fun ride, but this definitely feels like a reveal dependent movie. Are you going to want to watch this again once you know? You know what I mean? Some movies, the reveals are so good that you do, Sixth Sense and stuff like that. The reveal is so big and part of the movie, but it's still such a good movie. You'll watch it again, even knowing that what's going on. I don't feel like this would be one of those for me. I probably will never watch this again. I really want to watch it with Jesse, though. I was like, Jesse, you got to see this fucking movie. This is fucking ridiculous. This is the most ridiculous shit. Can you imagine, speaking of watching this in theaters, you're watching this in theaters, you go take a piss at the wrong point in the movie, and you come back, like, am I in the right fucking theater? What the fuck? Couldn't imagine.
Yeah, we were kind of at a theater that had a kind of more of a small, intimate auditorium. I wonder, I'd be curious to go into a bigger auditorium with a crowded, showtime and see how a large audience reacts just to be in that moment. Yeah. So there'd be a lot of gasps and laughter.
Oh my God, Gabriel. He's kind of cute. I've seen some reviews. They're all over the place, man. I've seen someone saying the build-up is worth the wait. It's at the third act. And I've seen one of them was saying one of the best new horror characters of all time, Gabriel. It's I don't know about that, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then they don't really, this movie doesn't open itself up for a sequel, really. Kind of, so.
You don't see they could have left Prison Break, Malignant 2, Prison Break.
He teams up with an old salty inmate. What you in for, young one? Oh, this bitch put me in here. I can't even talk to her through the phone anymore. Yeah. So we'll see. You know what? We're only 18 minutes into this motherfucker. I feel like this is where we give the score. This might be one of the shortest reviews.
Yeah, it's
I can't talk about this movie for an hour. I don't know. Yeah. It's not.
It's all right. We got the Seahawks coming up, so I want to do some nitty gritty stuff because I want to get to some stuff I didn't really like at all. Hold on. Probably plug my fucking computer in. So the dialogue and all of the on the nose shit was really bad. It was just characters telling us what we already know. It was just so
characters telling you right during the scene what the scene is. It's ridiculous. The doctors especially what's going on. That's I don't even remember what happened, but they said it after we just saw it. I was like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
You really think the audience didn't get that?
There's one that I thought was really bad, which is that they find out that Emily's mom is alive, and then they cut to while watching a video. And they cut to the video of the mom, and they kind of do a crossfade into the woman in the woman in the hospital, and that crossfade is that's the mom as an adult. And then literally this is the whole scene. After that crossfade, it cuts to a wide shot of the hospital room, and the officer sitting there, and then his partner comes in and goes, "Hey, that's Emily's mom." "Oh, no way!" And then the scene's over. It's I think we got it from the crossfade you did. So there's a lot of
then they keep trying to build up that what's her new name? Is Emily the new name or the old
Madison?
Madison's the new name. Emily's the old name. Did you get that picture? Because he's trying to age up the picture of the girl to find out who it is. Did you get that picture I sent you? No. Is it done? Yeah, it's done. I was wondering why you brought her in, the girl in the picture that I made for you. You know, the one you asked me to make the. Remember, you walked up to me and you said, "Hey, Jerry, can you age this picture of this little girl up?" And I said, "Yeah, sure, no problem, man. That's what I do here at the police department. How many years you want?" And you said, "Remember, you said 30 years to me?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll do that." Anyways, the photo's done, and it's that girl. So that's why I thought you brought her in, because it's her. Anyway, see you later.
That would have been better.
I was like, what the fuck is going on? It's like the reveal's over.
Yeah.
It's like, we know it's her, and then you're still pushing this picture subplot or little thread. Yeah, the picture's done. Cool. Cool, man.
We knew it was her before he even had to do the thing. It was like, yeah, it looks exactly like her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that looks like her. Oh, God. And I thought I saw something. Oh, yeah, it's set in Seattle. That's kind of cool for us.
Yeah.
Kind of coming from Washington.
Up in that Pacific Northwest.
And I didn't know that. While it was happening, I was like, the Seattle Underground. What is this, gangs in New York? This is built on the rubble of the former Seattle. Yeah, they kept building it up. You can go under Seattle and count its rings. You can.
The Daniel Day-Lewis clan fought the Leonardo DiCaprio clan.
No. Gabriel hasn't earned a death from me. He'll be the only cancerous boy to be spared by the butcher. Like a sneak thief coming out of my head at the night. Puts me in a mental prison one day to stab me in the back the next. Damn, we got to do gangs in New York.
Yeah, gangs in New York is fucking rad.
Yeah, the Seattle Underground is a real tour open to the public. While that was happening, I was like, this ain't real. I never heard of this. I got to look this up. And I'm just seeing right now that it is real.
Yeah, I've done it. It's fucking weird.
There's an even grosser, uglier Seattle under Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You go under there, it's like, oh fuck, look, EB Games. It's got all the old storefronts. Oh, look, it's a KB Toys.
Yeah. What's that? Walden Books. I need something to read.
Oh, look, Hastings, my favorite. Yeah, crazy. I want to do that. Well, maybe I do. I don't know. That sounds pretty spooky.
Yeah.
I don't want to get all scared. I don't know. Yeah. What else did you not like about it?
I think that this is really nitpicky. This is more of a preference, but I think one of James Wan's weaknesses is his aesthetic in terms of his color grading. All of his movies seem to be this gray, blue, dreary. There's no saturation in the colors. It's just everything's just kind of boring, in my opinion. Everyone looks pale and white. I don't know.
I thought Aquaman was very colorful.
Oh yeah. Sorry, there are the first Conjuring is pretty saturated. So it's
compared
Aquaman,
to most of his shit.
Yeah, a lot of his horror films have that aesthetic, and I'm just not a big fan of it. I like more saturated look. I do like. I mean, away from the stuff that I didn't like, but there's another thing that James Wan is really good at is really fun action or camera work. And there's a really cool sequence where she's being chased through the house, and it's all looking down at a bird's eye, and it's going through room to room to room to room. I thought that was kind of neat. It goes over
the walls, and you see the innards of the wall, and that was pretty cool. I like that. I'm just looking at the cast here, and that Dr. Florence Weaver, played by Jacqueline McKenzie. That lady was a standout as far as I don't know. That character, the acting on it was just incredible. I'm Dr. Florence Weaver. It's a parasitic twin. It's sucking the life out of her. We have to try to remove it. It's becoming more powerful. Yeah, it somehow learned to use electricity.
She's straight out of a Bethesda game or something.
Yeah.
She's like an NPC. I thought I don't know how you feel, but I thought the cops were really bad. I thought I didn't believe them at all.
Oh yeah,
they were pretty rough.
The sassy black woman.
Yeah.
And then the
young hotshot.
And then Yeah, young hotshot woman chaser. Yeah, that's ridiculous. The black woman was like us, the audience, throughout the movie. She's always just like, "Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck?" And they're sitting there, all the lights explode. Oh fuck no! Jack leaves the interrogation room. Oh man,
This fucking movie.
I don't even. Yeah, I definitely recommend this movie. I mean, because I was trying to get Jesse to watch it right after I watched it. You gotta check this shit out. Hey, come out front. There's a car wreck happening. It's really long,
basically,
and it's still going. In the beginning of the car wreck, I thought it was gonna be sad, and take it all serious, and then at the end, a fucking clown jumps out of the trunk. Said, "Hey, motherfucker!"
It's like a third act to a Resident Evil story. You know how they get all fucking batshit crazy? Yeah.
It's like Resident Evil 4. All of a sudden, there's a little fucking kid running everything, and a worm comes out of his face. And then the fucking the big scary guy you thought was really just four of the aliens from Men in Black on each other's shoulders with fucking puppeteering shit. Oh shit! Hey, Agent J.
Chain smoking.
It's us. Yeah. Hey, I gotta fucking go. I'm surprised they didn't have Gabriel smoking.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
He's just got his little hand rubbing his head off.
They should have him smoking in his his little room upstairs with a fan just out of his little table.
This bitch is really getting to me.
Pour some bourbon in a glass.
Ay.
Really bringing me down.
I just love there's certain characters and people that say the word bitch, and I love it. I love the way this character said bitch. I'm pretty sure Scream did it too. No, you bitch. It's got the voice modulator. This one he says bitch a lot because I don't know, he kind of hates her, and just the way he says it, man. Oh, that bitch didn't even know I was upstairs. We have no shit, man. How did you not even know? Like, oh, I have an attic. Yeah, you have an attic, and it's like a fucking sex torture chamber attic.
Basically, actually. Yeah. There's like a huge fan going on. Like you didn't know that that was upstairs.
It's like a 1940s factory. Why do you even need this? Like, and it goes real slow.
Yeah, doesn't make any sense.
It cuts through the dust in the air, just perfect. Yeah, it's really creepy. You should go up there and check it out.
Yeah, every time I hear the word bitch in like a horror setting, I don't know if you've seen Rick and Morty, but there's a Rick and Morty episode where there's like a Freddy Krueger type character.
Oh, yeah.
He's a bitch.
It does remind me of that.
He keeps saying bitch over and over again.
What would you say if I don't remember the Rick and Morty? What would you say to that if you were running towards someone and you had to murder them? You had to deliver a line. Stop, bitch. I don't know. Freeze, bitch.
That's what I think of when fucking someone says on that, especially in the Gabriel voice. I mean, they're pretty similar.
Yeah,
like a Rick and Morty.
Now that you say it, it is a lot like that. A lot like that. Have you seen those Rick and Morty shorts, the live action ones they're doing?
No.
With Doc Brown playing Rick. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I mean, they're like 15 seconds and shit, and it's it's pretty much just him kind of doing Doc Brown.
Right.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. So, anyways, yeah, I thought visually the movie looked good. You really had me going, and I was enjoying the ride and wanting to see what would happen up until the big reveal, and I was kind of disappointed with that. Overall, I don't think it was a very good movie. I don't think it was a very good horror movie. I really think he was trying to make this B movie, cult classic, kind of so corny it's good thing. Maybe that's what I really feel. And then he tried to play up the seriousness in the trailer and then just twist our asses.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would recommend it because it's just ridiculous. You got to see this.
You got to see this.
Yeah. you got to see this thing. Dude. You got to watch this once and then make your own. You might fucking love it. Some people are gonna love this shit, dude.
Yeah.
This weird horror, body horror stuff. Me, damn, this is tough. I
You want me to go first? What do you think about it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I
I got a
think
feeling yours is gonna be higher than mine.
probably maybe. I don't know. I think I'm pretty comfortable giving it a 6. I think
Okay.
there's things going for it that's a little higher than a 5. I think some of the camera work's good. I think as fucking bizarre as the ending is, there's some cool action set pieces towards the end that I thought was kind of fun, even if some of it looks a little off. I think just the idea, and I think the middle chunk of the movie before you get to the wacky shit is pretty engaging and engrossing. This kind of murder mystery type of deal. And yeah, I guess depending on, like we've already said, depending on how the ending lands for you, you're either gonna be turned off or turned on by it, not in a sexual way, or maybe I don't know.
I don't know, man.
There's some weird people out there, but yeah, I think it's a 6. I think it's a solid watch. Have fun with it. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess we're pretty much in line then. I guess my score was higher because the whole time I was thinking, and I think I'm solid on a 6.2.
Yeah,
just a hair above a 6. Pretty average movie, nothing to write home about. But at the same time, it's got that draw of like, dude, you got to see this thing. It's so ridiculous. So it's got that going for it. I think it did pretty well at the box office. I think it's probably got that word of mouth thing going for it too. Like, even if you didn't like it, you're like, dude, go check out that movie.
Yeah.
It's only $12. Go watch this motherfucker.
I'll see if they have any projected numbers real quick. Box office. And also I wanted to add that, like, if even with the wacky reveal, I think I would have scored it even a little higher if, like, I cared more about some of the characters and the dialogue was a little better, and like, because I don't know, I wasn't really invested. Like, every time Gabriel wasn't on screen or being talked about, I was kind of like, I don't really give a shit about these people. But the moment people are talking about Gabriel and Gabriel is doing something, I was a little more invested. So I feel like if they would have done something a little more to these characters, I probably would have scored it a little higher, even with the wacky ending. But at the end of the day, it's like, the dialogue was rough. The fucking characters weren't really that strong outside of Gabriel. But so yeah, I just want to throw it in there. Well, it made $2 million on Friday. So if you figure that stays through Sunday, it's probably a $10 million weekend, which isn't bad, I guess.
Wow, that's really low.
In this environment.
Yeah, in this environment, that like God, it's like, well, 4 years ago, if you said a movie made $10 million in a weekend, that'd be a financial just bomb.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of like, that's what they do. It's weird. But yeah, check it out. 6.0, 6.2, Malignant. Man, what a weird movie. I wonder if James Wan will do another horror movie. I kind of feel like this might be the end of an era here.
Yeah.
I feel like he might be on to this big stuff now, but
yeah, I mean, I give him a little bit of credit because, he went from horror to, like you mentioned earlier, he did two Fast and Furious movies, I think, and then he did Aquaman. And after Aquaman, he probably could have done really anything he wanted to. I mean, he's doing Aquaman 2, obviously, but I mean, he could have done something fucking grand and crazy, but he went back to kind of his roots and did a wacky little horror film. So I give him credit for at least swinging for the fences and kind of stepping away from the Hollywood blockbuster wheel.
Yeah.
Not necessarily home run, but hey, I give him credit for doing it.
Aquaman's pretty good too. It's one of the few DC movies that they can go back to. It's pretty good. I liked it. I just saw, it reminds me, I just saw that this is a Zack Snyder Justice League 4K at Fred Meyer the other day. I was like, ooh, I kind of want that. Just to have the physical copy of this crazy thing that happened.
Right.
Have it next to the old one. I think that'd be pretty cool. It was $30. I just didn't pull the trigger. I was like, maybe next time I get paid, I'll get one.
Yeah.
I do want, and it didn't look like super high polished. I like pulled off the sleeve to look at it, and it kind of looked like someone just slapped together a cover on Photoshop, kind of slipped it in there. It didn't look like the normal like big release. I was like, this is kind of weird. This is an interesting piece of cinema that this got made. So I kind of want that physical.
Yeah.
So it's out there.
I don't know how you feel about steelbook. I'm not a big fan of steelbooks, but typically steelbooks at Best Buy have some pretty cool covers.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of steelbooks either, but they are pretty cool. I like the steelbook when you get it extra. Like Best Buy, a lot of times when you pre-order a game, at least, they have a special steelbook just for them, and they'll give it to you. And it's just like it's an addition to the game, so you don't have to use it. And you can kind of display it. Actually, I have this one right here. So I got Avengers on PS5, and it was only like $29.99 when it came out, and then it came with this steelbook.
Oh yeah, that's way better looking than the. Yeah, that's cool.
Like in addition to the normal game, so that's cool. So I just have this on the shelf. I don't like use it as the case of the game. So yeah, they do that. That's pretty cool. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed the movie. Okay, I really hope you like it. I hope he does well, so we can get more of this shit. Hate it or love it, I like his stuff. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it was something new, something.
Yeah,
for better or worse, it was fresh. It was a fresh horror film that we've never seen before.
A couple of these like HBO movies have been pretty disappointing, like Mortal Kombat and shit. So
yeah.
So I was happy with this. It wasn't a disappointment. Definitely wasn't at all what I thought it was going to be either. So I was prepared to like a Conjuring, like a horror masterpiece. You know, I was like, yeah, this is going to be a classic. I'm thinking in my mind, this might be a 9 when I get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong. Wrong. All right, guys. Yeah, check it out. See what you think. Oh yeah, and I was watching the video with the trailers, or one of them, where I fucked up the end, and I said to cut it out. I didn't really mean to cut it out. You should have left it in. It was funny.
I did. It's in there intact.
Did you?
Yeah, it's in there.
I was pretty sure I was watching, and it was just cut to me, be like, okay, have fun, see you later. No, I missed it then because I was waiting for it.
I thought about doing it, but I'm like, no, it's staying. It ain't getting cut.
Yeah,
so it's definitely
leave it. That's the motherfucker's charm, dog. This is live. We do it live. We don't edit. I mean, we edit afterwards, obviously, but we don't cut the show. If we fuck up, we got to be like, oh, sorry. So yeah, check it out. Check us out. Please watch the videos. Please like and subscribe. Please check us out on Apple, Spotify. If you're down to just listen to the podcast versus get the imagery. And I love YouTube so much, and I love doing this on video. So I think there's a little something extra if you do that, but it's all there. And I also forget sometimes that we have a platform where we do this without a video, and I'll just like pantomime things.
Right.
You're pretty good at putting the subtitles in, though. Like, oh, he's scratching his face. Yes, okay. He's pretending to be a dinosaur. Okay, guys.
Well, it's funny because I always consider this, or what we do, as like a show, not a podcast, because we don't really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on those platforms, but really we just do a YouTube show and we kind of put it in there. So that's kind of what would I tell people? Well, why is your podcast? I'm like, it's not a fucking podcast. It's a show. But no, that's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah, it kind of is a show. Just like a Joe Rogan, I consider that a show.
Yeah,
it's kind of like you have a guest and you sit, you watch it. I've never been down for listening to podcasts. I don't know. Like if I'm going to listen to something, I just put on some music, but different strokes for different folks. Yeah, check it out. Please join us on this wild ride. We're coming up on 60. It's been a more than a year now. We love y'all. We enjoy having you. So much fun doing this. I can't believe it took us so long, and what we were doing before, being able to hang out with you guys at least once a week and talk ridiculous shit, video games, movies.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's fun. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you being part of the family. And from Versus, goodbye.
Peace.